Hey everyone, it's Nella here, with Flair, of course, my wonderful, wonderful Flair. So, I've been getting really inspired by Flair's two eventual love interests. So, I thought I might as well share that info with you guys, because why not? So, I'm just gonna put Flair down off to the side here. And I had already tried making this video once, but it was getting very long, so I'm going to break it into two parts. The first part is going to be kind of personalities and appearances, and the second part is going to be their backstory. Okay, so it's been a while since not a while, it's been, probably 2 months, I think, since I last mentioned, the two statues that fall in love with love. Their names are Peter and Simone. And Peter is really sweet, and the way I'm developing his character right now, he falls in love with Fleur because of how kind she is, because of how, gentle she is when handling stuff, when talking to people. And yeah, so he falls in love with essentially kind her kind spirit first. Simone, on the other hand, is the girl, and she gets attracted to Flair's looks. She does eventually, become more attracted to Flair as a person, but starts off with purely the appearance. I think the first line I came up with Simone to say is, "Whoo, she be fine." I mean, probably not said like that, but that sort of attitude. The complete disregard of Flair as a person, just purely looking at her appearance and going, "Oh yeah, I like that." Which actually kind of sums up their characters a bit. Peter is really geared towards the emotional side of things, the ambiguous side of things. He's really sociable. I'll say also, yeah, he's really sociable. He really likes being with people, not necessarily having to interact with them, but just knowing that other people are around. He really, really likes that. Simone, I hate to say she's superficial, but she can be really superficial. It's a lot about appearances with her. It's about appearances, it's about having mass, and also things that are very tactile. She doesn't particularly care about the concepts of, oh, well, what does this mean? Oh, what is beauty? That sort of thing. She doesn't care. She wants to get her hands on something real. Which is why she kind of has the superficial side to her, that she doesn't care about those depths because you can't see the depths. Appearances. Both of them have very distinctive appearances, and appearances that are quite different from most of my other characters. Any of my other characters, actually. Simone was originally envisioned to be an Impel moon in the dark tan, but now I'm leaning more towards the Impel Aileen. My mental image of Simone is she's very dark brown. She's a dark, warm brown. And that she has quite heavy-lidded eyes and a wide mouth. Not necessarily with large lips, but it's pretty wide. And she may have horns or may not. The other interesting thing about Simone and well, I'll continue with Simone first. Simone, as a living statue, is a work of art, and she doesn't care to wear clothing. Does that make sense? She doesn't believe in covering up. Remember, she's tactile. If you cover it up, then it might as well not exist for her. So she doesn't cover up. And she has, I want to say tattoos, but that's not correct, because they are a part of her, and it's not something where they were drawn on her. They just are on her. But she has designs on her arms and legs of eyes, and the eyes are different shapes and sizes and colors. And then on her torso, there's a few more eyes, but there's a lot of feathers. Different shapes, different sizes, but feathers. And in the story, her designs move. The eyes open and close and look around in different directions. The wings fall and then float up. So she's quite an interesting character like that. Peder. Oh wait, I forgot to mention her hair color, because that is also another strange thing with her. Sorry about that cutoff. I had to go and grab my power cable. My laptop was dying. Yeah, so Simone has interesting hair, I'm going to say. It's possibly a pale teal or a mint color. It's short, and the main word I have to describe it right now is textured. It's coarse, but very curled, kinky, I guess I'd say. So yeah, she has very different hair than most of my characters, which have either straight or slightly wavy. No, she has misbehaving, kinky, coarse hair that is an unnatural color, but she keeps it cut fairly short. And now on to Peder. Peder is my doll version of him would be an Impel doll Avery in the tan skin color. Like Simone, he has black eyes, essentially. The whites of the eyes are perfectly normal, but the rest is all, but his iris is black. Which makes it look really cartoony, but also a bit strange. Peder also has a bit strange hair. He has, well, right now I have two ideas. It's either going to be a cotton candy pink or an orange sherbet color. So pale orange. And it's a bit poofier. Yeah, I'll say it's poofier than Simone's hair. It's very curly and wavy. But I also envision that's quite thick. Like Simone, he also has a very wide mouth, but he does also have a very full bottom lip. I know that for sure. And his eyes are kind of a strange shape. Not quite a natural shape. But they're statues, so they were created. Peder. Peder has designs on his body as well, but they are completely different than Simone's. This is probably going to sound a bit weird, because I did say that Peder is more concerned about, the non-physical side of things. the emotional side, the side that you can't really quantify or qualify. That's what drives him in life. That's what interests him. That being said, the designs on his body are completely based in reality. All over Peter's body, that's arms, legs, and chest, there are railroad tracks, which I've always loved trains. There's just something about traveling by train that, I don't know, some idealized image of it. I have actually been on a train and I really liked it. So he has railroad tracks that go all around him, and he actually does have some rivers and some hills, kind of, like on a railroad map, how they're kind of drawings of rivers and stuff. That's also on his body. And also, in story, his tattoos move. Probably asking yourself, how can railroad tracks move? Well, the tracks don't move, but there are lights and some steam or smoke, like what you'd see coming off of, an old steam engine. Like that, minus the actual train. So he just has the lights and the steam going along this track that's on his body. Also, if you stare close enough at the rivers, you can actually see the water essentially moving. You can see it change shape ever so slightly. He also has the, those big X's for the railroad crossing. He has a couple of those and the railroad crossing lights on his body. And yes, the lights light up. So yeah, that's what those two look like. So I'm going to do another video talking about their backstory. Okay? See you guys very soon.